Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another night of another guild night from the Wave Gamers. We're going to be having King of the Hill as per usual this Saturday, and for this match it is Gal up against Metamorphosis. For those who might be a little bit unfamiliar, the way we do this is captains can come in and can challenge the current King of the Hill, and then they will basically draft their team out of all the players in the lobby, and then draft the heroes, what we're seeing now, in a captain's mode game. So yeah, Gal's currently on 3 points, Meta hasn't got any yet, and I'm joined by a whole host of people actually. I'm not even sure I tracked to everybody who joined. Who is it? It's Davide, it's Brack, and it's Ronland.
Ronj Island.
This is Johnny OK of relatively newly of Wave Riptide. Congratulations, by the way, John.
Thanks.
Joining Wave Riptide. You guys are off, probably about to get started on your JDL season. Everyone's very excited.
Yep, a lot of pretty quick roster change there. But
yeah.
You've got, I think, less than 24 hours.
The guys for a while.
Oh yeah.
You're certainly not new to them.
No.
Oh good, and very welcome on the cast. I haven't seen Meta Captain in a long time, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect here.
I know. I'm not surprised to see the Void ban out from him.
Not surprised or approving?
Not disapproving, but definitely not surprised. Oh, and immediately picks probably his Rubik. No fucking around for Meta.
If he's been watching the games, I think that might be a smart pick, just on the fact that Gal has tended, I think, to pick some pretty big stealable spells, big ultis, for some of his runs. And Meta does play a really mean Rubik.
Yeah. I'm just sad we're not going to see the Invoker.
Oh, the Invoker. Well, you know, we still might. We still might.
Oh, true.
Seconds to go.
He has picked himself a squad, which I think he is very happy with.
Yes, I think he's feeling good about his.
He's feeling happy.
I agree. I'd agree. I think he on paper has the advantage there.
Gal,
but then,
I'm
of course,
assuming?
this Uber guy is this question mark. If it's a clever move like we think it is, then I think he's in good shape.
We could check that quickly. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Give me one moment, everybody, as I very quickly check out this guy's Dota profile. 2,443 wins.
Oh, several.
No listed MMR. So that should be interesting. Not immediately terrifying, but yeah, we'll see. Also, of course, he's running the risk that the guy could be a complete troll, but I'm sure that won't be the case.
Vengeful a good pickup against Rubik?
Yeah, I mean, in what sense? No big ult to steal. I mean, naturally, I'd be thinking troll maybe somewhere along the line for the Gal squad.
But it's a bit early for that. I mean, they don't really know. It's hard to say whether or not troll will be beneficial to you. I mean, a good synergy with Venge becomes more of a carry than I think people give her credit for.
What about the AA? Because that's an ult that you're never going to be close enough for the Rubik to steal.
I would love the AA for either, and it's going for the Jakiro.
Dyer's pick.
We talked a lot about the AA today. Nope.
Dyer team bad.
I think Silencer could be a very good pickup for either team, but probably better for Radiant. Gut Rat's also very good here.
What? Sorry,
someone who can carry.
The Tide Hunter. I mean, do you reckon this was just Meta's plan as a block pick? Pick up the Rubik and then pick up a whole bevy full of nice AoE combos. There we go, banning the Silencer.
Okay.
I was going to say that would be the other big block.
Would have been a very good pick for the Radiant. Yeah, because I agree that's most likely what's going to happen.
I think Meta's running a strategy which is very effective with this kind of level of play, which is just so long as you've got your team coordination down fairly well and you're grouped up as 5 and the people who need blinks have blinks. The other team needs to get their execution pretty much perfect to not just get wiped. But on the other hand, Gal, I think, has been drafting, well, I know has been drafting a lot more recently and is picking and banning a lot more according to the meta with the Vengeful Spirit. Jakiro is maybe a little bit old. I think we both wanted the AA there. But not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. What does Venno do against Tide? I would think that Venno would be fairly
10
good.
seconds.
Or
It's
no,
okay.
no, I suppose Kraken Shell.
I mean,
5
it's fine.
seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty good against the Gale.
Yeah, no, Tide would be good there.
Reserve time.
Still, I don't necessarily see it as an immediate ban for them.
Radiant
I agree it's something they
ban.
themselves shouldn't have picked, but I'm not 100% sure what
Yeah, I'm not
Gal
sure
saw
either.
there as a need to ban out the Venno. Possibly just for the ult, another big combo that works well with Tide. And
I would
maybe
like to see a
thinking-
Slark
Which team, sorry?
for Radiant.
Slark could work. Invoker,
Ooh,
you were
dead
saying you
over
wanted to
Invoker.
see it, right? And there it is.
Yeah.
Who's going to be
not
on that
expect that.
Invoker most likely?
Not sure. Does Flozo play Invoker?
No, not at all.
Cole's not really an Invoker player, is he?
No.
No, does
Oh,
Howloon?
it's probably Haloon. That's probably who's on that one.
Ooh, that's a critical hero to trust to one of the younger guys in the tournament. That I could see that being a mistake.
I mean, does Gal?
10
I don't know.
seconds.
I don't
I've never
think
seen him
so.
play Invoker, but maybe he does.
I think it is Haha's.
5
That's-
seconds.
That's gonna be tough.
He has a history of playing Invoker. He likes the hero. But,
Does he?
Reserve
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That's
that
a lot
certainly
to
gives
ask of
them
one of these young guys.
the setup they
Because-
might need to make the Jakiro combo absolutely devastating.
But he's gonna be laning against Giant Midget, who has all the tools necessary to break someone apart if he gets a good lead.
Sure,
And-
Giant Midget is a scary person to be laning against. I'll give you that. But Silence has been banned. Viper's gone out as well. I'm sure there are people here who could really give Invoker a terribly hard time, but it's not the worst for him. You know, I think this is a good way for them to secure. I mean, Giant Midget, I would say, is probably one of the better heroes in the pool right now. But I think this is given the bans that had already come out, I think Invoker was a great pick to give himself
I don't have a
some
problem with
chance at
Invoker.
winning the mid.
I think it's just Haha's gonna have to really step up and play smart, or else he could be the floodgate.
Yeah, that's true. It is putting a lot on the mid. If that Invoker fails and can't do any of the running around
10
being annoying
seconds
Quaswix
to go.
Invoker stuff, or the right click Quas Exalt,
Or if
then
he feeds in lane.
5
Then-
seconds.
it's going to be terrible. Who do you think it's going to be mid against him?
Reserve
I don't know
time.
Giant Midget well enough right now to know he likes playing.
No, but game meta wise.
Mm.
I could see a Stormer and Ember.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
thinking about them. Need a lot of levels. You want something against Invoker who can hurt him relatively early.
Invoker, Outworld Devourer could,
Yeah,
depending on the mana and the build that
kind of an
The Invoker
old-timey
goes
way,
full.
but it could work.
it also fits with the AoE combo that I think meta might be going for. I'm not sure whether it's the best, but it might be what he picks.
Well, there's Gimli's hero.
Yeah,
Nice.
Gimli Chaos Knight. I've been playing some Chaos Knight. Like, huge respect for the hero, actually. Like, it's
Mhm.
kind of insane, the damage that you dish out. And you can seem
You
to
do
be
some
kind
big
of
crits nowadays.
you can seem to be kind of semi-losing your lane, or kind of just about getting your farm, and then suddenly you're killing people. It's mad. Plus 100 damage whenever he uses Reality Rift. So if you get the crit on that, that's pretty much a kill in the early game.
10 seconds to go.
It's mad. It's mad.
5 seconds.
So who's the
They have a pretty
other
good team against him, though.
who's the other core player now for Dire?
Well, it will
Reserve
depend on what they want to do
time.
with this Uber guy.
Sorry, for Radiant.
Oh, Radiant.
Who's on the Venge, who's on the Jakiro?
Probably it's gonna be it's gonna be Gimli Chaos Knight, probably Invoker Haha. Cone Wolf usually plays core, but he doesn't usually play offlane.
Maybe this is Jakiro offlane, possibly.
Could be.
Hmm.
I
It
mean,
could
what's
be- it could
Cone Wolf
even be.
playing?
It could even be Invoker offlane. I don't know if that's what Howloon does.
10
Yeah.
seconds
If it was
to
meta,
go.
if Meta's team had taken it, I'd say yeah, could well be Invoker
Yeah.
offlane. He loves that shit.
5 seconds.
He does.
Are there any players who much prefer to play mid on the Radiant side?
Reserve time.
No,
Um,
not really. Cone
wouldn't
Wolf will
have said
play
so,
mid or
no.
safe lane pretty happily.
And we haven't really been talking about the Dire picks actually. The Disruptor, I love that hero. Like, not played enough. Absolutely
strong right now.
amazing. Has an ult,
10
especially in the
seconds
AoE
to
context,
go.
which they're going for, which can just shred through late game carries. And
Dire's
Razor,
ban.
which is another
I'm
good
expecting Dire
pickup,
to
I
pick
think.
up some late scaler now.
For the Dire, oh absolutely, they still need their position 1. But I mean that's not a problem, there's still plenty of good position 1s. Radiant have actually been banning out the supports most recently.
I would love to see a Medusa for... Actually, against the Invoker, maybe not. Maybe not, I take that back. A Gyro would be good.
You want Gyro?
Yeah,
you
Gyro.
keep saying Gyro. Whenever I do a cast with you,
really
you're
good
like,
hero.
oh, let's get Gyro.
Well, the problem is when you have these AoE teamfight teams and you need a late scaling right clicker, Gyro's a great option. And a lot of times they don't do it and they end up picking some sort of ganker or split pusher, but then they can't actually take the team fights that they think they want to take.
Well, I agree. You need to be certainly Dire here need to be picking up their late scale carry, but Gyro is just so hard to use. Like the thing that makes him scale is flat cannon. Or is it flat cannon or rocket barrage? I always get them confused. But it's the one that lets him right click everybody around him at once.
Flat cannon.
Flat cannon. Right. So that's really hard to be in a position to make effective. Right?
True.
In a kind of team turning way for a squishy hero. It's really, really tricky. Not bad. Oh, and Broodmother coming out. I don't like that, I gotta say. Going up against the Tide, going up against Razor, going up against Rubik, going up against... But not all of those heroes are fairly good.
Yeah, I don't like that pick at all.
Brood is Gal. That's going to be a Gal Brood.
Oh, yeah?
Does he love the
because
Brood?
Flozo and Conewolf, neither of them play Brood at all.
I mean, I respect people who try Brood. I just... Yeah. 100%. It needs to be done more often by more people.
Mmm.
But the
And
problem
tiny.
is pick Rex, and then,
They're picking that against the Brood.
yeah.
And it's Uber on the Tiny.
Uber on the Tiny. Well, that's the gamble, and they seem pretty happy with it. And so here we go, back into Game 6, and this is the actual game side of Game 6 now as well, so aren't we all hugely excited?
This should be interesting.
Get things out of the way. Who wants to introduce one of the teams?
John, do you want to introduce one of the teams?
Sure. On the Radiant side, we're going to be having Gal on the Jakiro, Conewolf on the Chaos Knight. Wow, Conewolf on that Chaos Knight.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Wow.
Hahalin
That was surprising.
on the Invoker, Flozo on the Vengeful Spirit, plays that hero a lot. And then it appears to be a solo safe lane, Gimli Broodmother.
Wow, this is not what I expected.
That's a very, very strange choice there, because apart from anything else, it puts a Brood against the Tide, and Tide will just destroy with Anchor Smash. Like, there's nothing Brood can do, it's just goodbye Spiderling. Over on the Dire, somebody want to tell us?
I'll grab the Dire. So first off, we have the current captain, Metamorphosis, on the... Oh!
Whoa! Missed first blood!
Disruptor. Should be fine. Wow. Okay, well,
That was
we have
action.
Meta on the Tidehunter, Kazuku on the Disruptor, Ray was briefly there, Rubik, he's coming back now, Giant Midget on the Razor, and our unknown and intriguing friend Uber Priesty is on the Tiny, and he's roaming top. They're swapping lanes. They're dodging the aggro try.
Well, I don't like this pick though, at least in terms of how bot goes, because Tide would have had great fun down on that bot lane. Really have just
Tiny will
absolutely
do
dominated.
pretty well too.
No, but it's different. You need to be able to spam with Brood, otherwise she's going to bait out Avalanche a couple of times and then murder him. Or that would be the smart way to play. With Tide, you can't bait out Anchor Smash. It's going to be ready again in 5 seconds. It's going to... I don't know.
They have a lot of... The support can do a lot to fill a Broodmother. That Disruptor harass will be great.
That's true. But I mean, they do have a sentry that they're bringing to lane. Gimli does not. He's going to want some. And you can do some really nice tricks as well with Brood, putting your sentry right in the tree line, so that it basically can't be dewarded without spending a lot of tangos or bringing a whole load of quelling blades to lane.
Oh,
Gimli
Gimli
TPing up to
Wow.
top, and an immediate rotation as we see the tri-lane rotating back down.
Wow.
So
That's a big investment for a Broodmother.
double rotate. Gimli really wants to take this Brood against the Tidehunter.
That's a big rotation for a Broodmother. That's a lot of mana and a net.
Well, the web will come down fairly shortly, and it has got rid of the sentry ward, which I think would have been the worst thing. Meta doesn't have a sentry ward on him? Yeah, he doesn't. That's great.
And this Razor's off to a really great start in the middle lane.
He's been zoning the Invoker out the whole time.
Yep.
I absolutely love Plasma Field. Like, it's just so satisfying.
Plasma
Oh, and
Field so
Disruptor
much.
goes down.
Wow, strong start for the Radiant.
Yeah, 2-0 up for the...
Well, let's talk. What do you think about this Gimli not being on the Chaos Knight?
Yeah, I find that very, very strange.
Are they switching lanes again?
No. No, they can't be. Giant Mid is getting huge damage down on this Invoker. And CK happily getting farm, certainly more than Tiny is at any rate. I'm really losing track of these lanes. Are they're just doing a walking rotation now? Tiny with a haste rune at least, but he's still lost a lot of time in lane, a lot of time getting last hits. He's currently sitting on 5. And we do get the run in, but yeah, no sentries up on top lane. So Brood is very, very safe. Very, very safe indeed.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
I think we might have had
On
some...
Razor to mid.
Oh, yep. Nice lift though from Ray. I think deliberately trying to throw kind of away, but they could have actually thrown that Vengeful Spirit under the tower and possibly, well, at least
Yeah,
got
I
some
agree.
more damage down. But
I agree.
Flozo with the stun off, ready to be getting some kills now. So what have we got? We've got the CK going up against the Tide. That's probably not the best for the CK. We've got the Brood going up against the Tiny, and the supports just all over the map. The Dire ones seem to be mainly focusing in their jungle and on the mid. The Radiant ones rotating up to top now.
They need support for CK bottom.
They really, really do.
Well-
Anchor Smash is not going to be fun, but Gimli's found Ray. Got the Spiderlings on him, and there's a nice Ice Path. They're going to have the Vengeful Stun as well. That's a huge amount of damage,
Oh.
but what was that stun? Oh, was
That
it...
a Rubik drop stun.
Oh wow, that totally messed up that push. And Flozo gets finished off with a nice toss from Uber
The
Preezy.
spiders in the trees.
Unripped had one of the common complaints that Dante has is that he doesn't get enough support in lane because Ray and Flozo tend to
Gimli caught out.
a lot.
Yeah, that was an attempt to take out the Ray. Sorry, which one is Dante? I'm still not 100% on all the...
Cone
Cone
Wolf.
Wolf.
Cone Wolf. Sorry, I'm still not 100% on all the Riptide guys' first names. To be honest, I'm still not 100% on Davidy's first name. So that's all that's really going on there. First names are hard. So 2 for 2. Broodmother feeding that kill. It's one of those tricky things because Spawn Spiderlings is such a great nuke, but yeah, easy to overestimate the damage it'll do. Giant midget on the mid. See, I like building part of my Wraith Band when I'm playing Razor. The right clicking, I don't know, I find it really helps. He's gone for straight bottle and boots.
Ah, it's not doing that bad. Mid. He's holding his own. He's doing fine.
He's holding it on. It's a Razor controlled lane at the moment.
Yeah. He's behind 3 CS. He's getting good levels. He's not dying.
And Quasi Exhort, I haven't seen that in quite a long time, and I'm not really sure it's what they want. Just because I think that the Tornado could be such great setup for what they've got with the Jakiro.
I don't know. I'm okay with it. I think he needs to actually be able to do some damage.
You can do damage.
They're going on Tidehunter.
There's the stun. Short stun, high damage, followed up by the Vengeful Stun and the Ice Path. They've chained these stuns really, really nicely. Meta's going to use my favourite part of the map. The tree lines, Gal. Flipping right round, and there's the Reality Rift. And that extra damage for Cone Wolf. Simple right click. Finishes even the mighty Tidehunter. Gimli up on top lane, building up quite a nice little spider army here. I'm not sure what his plans are with it though. Probably just keep it in reserve, wait for a potential
This,
kill, but he could be
Uber guy
jungling.
has not gone off to the best start, but he's doing fine. 20 last hits. Only slightly behind the Chaos Knight.
He has. Are we talking about Uber
Got a
Preezy?
Midas.
Sorry. He
Yeah.
has just picked up a Midas. At
Yeah,
6
he's-
minutes,
he's-
I'll call that. I'll call that fine.
Yeah, he's in a good situation.
Taking a lot of harass from these Spiderlings though. Like absolutely
Gimli.
huge.
Almost gets caught. Very close.
Wow, I'm not sure I'd say almost on that one to be honest. Kazaku being brought so low by these spiderlings.
Wow.
One more little... There it is. Broodmother taking a kill up on top lane. That's what the spiderlings are for, friends. That huge damage on your squishy supports.
Razor's starting to pull away here, middle. Has a haste rune. It's gonna go on the.
Oh wow, with a haste rune and the leash already up, that could be... Oh, did the haste rune? Oh, it expired. If it hadn't, I honestly think that would have been a kill.
You're gonna run into Jakiro.
Run into an ice path. Take a little bit of right click as well, but Giant Midget does have a huge amount of stored up damage. Now going to choose to retreat. Very wise with the
Vengeful was
rotations that are
creep
coming in.
Benjo was creep block there. Would have
Tidehunter
probably had
with
his time.
Ravage coming. He wants to use it.
Yeah, yeah.
There we are.
It's a waste. They catch the Jakiro, but that's it. And he doesn't have enough for Gush, which would have secured them the kill, but they do manage to get it anyway with a bit of help from Ray.
Oh,
But Meta's going to eat the Sunstrike on the way out and die to tower.
Great Sunstrike.
Killed.
Haha is making plays.
Aha, be making plays. And that's actually, I think, put the Razor... I mean, you were just saying the Razor was pulling ahead a little bit, but nice little bit of kill gold there for Haha. Finishes off his...
Yeah.
We'll get some gold towards the next item. And this sentry isn't really in the best place up on top lane.
Gimli's still, Cone Wolf. I assume when I see the Chaos Knight, it's Gimli. Cone Wolf farming well. We're in free farm now.
What are we going next, do you think? Finish off the drum, start working on the armlet, go for a bit of lifesteal?
I don't get Chaos Knight. I don't see how you, I don't know.
You got to play him a few times and just get used to how much damage you do when you hit people. It's also the stat gain, which is very impressive.
Is it? Okay.
2.
I don't know.
2.9 for strength. The fact that the illusions do 100% damage.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's lots of things, and the crit is massive. It's much bigger than most other crits.
It's a big crit. It really is, and it gets big pretty early on.
Gimli wants to go in on Preezy, decides against it. Gonna pull the spiderlings back.
Back to this one-on-one on bottom, which is not good for Chaos Knight.
No, it is not. How's Meta's farm going? Oh, he's finishing off the Bracer, which I'm not sure I agree with. And he's going to rotate around on Cone, gets a Gush in, going to go for the Anchor Smash now, but gets stunned. Cone actually taking some time to get some right clicks in here. I think it would have been better to just run away.
Meta's TPing out.
Giant Midget is here with an Invis Rune. No, Meta stayed. Meta stayed.
Oh, the campy was cancelled.
Wanted to help, I think, with
Cancelled
Gal,
himself.
Yeah.
Midget and Co didn't want to go in on that. And Meta now in a little bit of trouble if he decides to keep going on this.
Up.
Midget doing a very early leash there. Not sure if that was meant to be maybe a plasma field, because it was at about the right distance for that. Oh, and Uber Preezy up on top lane. Goes down again to Gimli. Does manage to get the avalanche off, but it's just not enough.
Gimli doing very well.
Oh, and these sentry wards. What the hell?
I think that's why they put that sentry on the side, so that it would be out of the way and not in range. It's barely out of range of Gimli's sentry.
Sentries? Like, I've never seen 3 sentries that close together all missing each other before. That's crazy.
Wow.
And yeah, off to the side is good, I guess, for that. It just... Gimli, I think, was working out pretty quickly that there was just the spot over on the left where he could go and they wouldn't be able to see him. Much action, very strange. Meta gets an Invis Rune, going to use that to keep the Radiant Wave pushed back a little bit while he goes back to base. Gal hiding in the trees there isn't going to be able to find anything this wave. Meanwhile, Gimli actually coming up behind Uber Preezy here. And this is not the... Oh, I think he meant to go for him there, but ended up running past by mistake. And what is Gimli going for? Got the Soul Ring. Could be going Vlad's next, I think.
He's picked up a Staff of Wizardry. The 4-staff for Yules.
I'd say that's a 4-staff on him.
Definitely could be Yules. That's sort of a big farm for Tiny there. Oh, but he's in trouble.
Yeah, that'll happen. Oh, but the knife! Nice.
Oh,
so close.
Good job from the Disruptor to split that damage, I think. Hit the creeps at the same time, too.
Yeah.
Very close. Another good, very good Sunstrike from Invoker.
Let me just quickly check how the XP graph and gold graph are going. Yeah, it's no big lead really at 10 minutes in.
Dire,
Only about
Dire doing
1,500.
well. The Dire's winning. Ooh, another kill.
Dire is winning.
Change is saying our Dota TV audio is messed up. I'm not. I have open mic and mute co-broadcasters on.
If we could get a slightly tighter definition of messed up, I will do my very best to amend that
I'll
problem.
communicate with him. I'll see if I can. It's probably on my end somewhere.
Big die push. I'm surprised David was saying that Dire ahead here though, because Radiant are in both kills, XP, and gold. But we do have a nice big brood push going on top to balance out what Dire are doing bottom.
Is advantage? Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. I meant to say Radiant was advantage. My mistake.
It's close though. It's close. And the whole point of the Dire squad is get your ults and combo them.
Yeah. They will get a kill here and a tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Big mother at top though.
That broodmother. Oh, giant midget. I think if he'd gone for the right click immediately after the TP, actually could have got the deny there. So close, friend. So close. Bounty room picked up on Tiny.
Smoke on the Dire supports, but it's getting pinged.
The other thing that you don't see when it's not meta on the Rubik is constant attempts to cliff people. that's like the definition of Rubik for meta. Too. Oh, on the bat, sure, yeah.
Yeah, he does on the Rubik too.
Oh, yeah, true, probably.
We're one of the more clipping obsessed guilds. There's definitely a clipping subculture.
I'm not sure that's a good thing, you know. It's a thing, that's for sure. Oh, as Invoker has gone on, we've got quite a lot of rotations here. Uber Preezy drops the Avalanche, tosses, and that's a dead Invoker. They did have to use a Disruptor ult for it, but... Oh, one more right click from Forge Spirit. Invoker gets a Disruptor kill. Creep! Oh, well. Gimli, don't chase under the vision-giving tower while you're leashed. Run away from the vision-giving tower while you're leashed. Giant midget's so low though, and there are spiderlings chasing. Not sure they're going to be enough or quick enough though.
Oh.
And giant midget is out.
They're not.
But of course, Brood isn't. She's still in lane. Great, like just sustain on this hero. Constant lane presence. So Razor's going to back up, and Brood's going to push.
She really needs to start using that Dire jungle more.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing she's missing. With the space she's created for herself as well. Feels strange calling Gimli a she, but we'll get used to it, I'm sure.
Oh, good.
And quick look at the items so far. Invoker has got his 4-star finished off. Chaos Knight has got the armlet there. Midas on Tiny, moving towards Ags as well.
By bench scream.
And Razor has the point booster for his Ags as well. This is going to be a mid tower.
Coming in.
No contest really. And Radiant, I think, just going to pull back off that. See, it's that kind of plasma field that was satisfying. The one he just got, which was 3 right clicks and setting up for the 4th.
What do you think about this Broodmother's decision to switch to bottom before she got the tier 2 top?
I think fairly legit these days with the changes to webs.
The Ravage?
Ravage comes out middle.
This looks bad for Radiant.
Yeah.
Dire in control of this push at least.
They are pushing bottom.
Yeah, they are. Well, they're Brood. They have to. I think this is actually great for Brood. Going in there and getting the tier 1 down, and she can rotate back up to top, only having already committed 1 web.
Yeah, she should move straight back top.
Yeah. Uber Preezy looking to push down the last tier 1 of the game up here on the Radiant top lane.
Middle, that's a mistake.
Yeah. Especially when the wave's pushed in like this, it isn't necessarily a huge call for, oh god, we need to push it back out, which I think is how Gimli's interpreting it. It can just be a question of, oh great, that's easy and safe farm for one of our carries. Let the carries happen.
4 staff first on Invoker, but he did pick up another staff of Waiting, so that's probably Yules. So very flash-oriented Invoker, 4 staff Yules.
Brood getting some distance down on this mid lane. The other tricky thing about mid lane, of course, is it's the one lane where you're going to have people all around you.
She's going to get sandwiched.
Yeah, she's been spotted a little bit here, taking damage from the plasma fields. But you know, this is okay. She's forced the entire Dire team to rotate onto this mid lane, and that's not where they want to be. This is free farm for the Invoker up top. Chaos Knight can head down to bot. Brood taking a lot of damage from Preezy though on the mid, and there is a sentry here as well. Chew, 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 chew.
Oh, sorry.
Must eat chips. Must destroy chips.
We'll put
Meta going for the Ancient that will finish his Blink Dagger. So he's going to run home now. And he'll have Ravage up as well when he gets back out. So I think we're going to keep our eyes on him, because that will probably be the next big play of the game.
Dyer's moved into the XP lead.
I'm not surprised. I had a look at the last hits chart. 110 on this Tiny.
Yeah, this Tiny's really farmed. And with that Midas, he's going to be scary.
Yeah. So Midas correct choice?
If you can get it at the right time and survive the other game, this game, absolutely.
And this was what, a 6-minute Midas? Very quickly rushed. And
I mean,
definitely
it's going to be
paying
nice
off right now.
Nice against the CK because Crack Exterior should do a lot of work for you.
The Radiant almost like a push strat at the beginning, but they haven't done any of that.
Yeah. Wasted Jakiro and the bench.
And Invoker with his Forged Spirits.
Yeah.
See, this is kind of why I wanted to Crosswake's Invoker, because I'm not entirely sure what Radiant are going to do when they group up. Because they're going to have to group up at some point, and they don't really have a clear way of... Unless they get a really lucky Ice Path. That's the only thing that they can maybe get. Gimli versus Meta, wave int teammates here on the mid lane. Don't think Gimli's aware of this disruptor though. But he does have Howloon and Gal now rotating in to support. So it looks like we're just going to have a big fight here on mid.
Blink Ravage is so available. Yeah.
Oh.
This is scary for the Radiant.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Oh, as we get action going off. Vengeful Spirit caught out. Metamorphosis Blink is going to be cancelled there.
Razor goes in.
Giant Midget has found someone for the leash. Going now for Flozo, going to finish him off with the Plasma Field. Ray gets caught out by the Ice Path. Meta finds the Ravage at last, and it looks like they want to get Gimli, and they're going to. Great play there from Dyer, and this is going to open up mid lane.
Already out on Tiny. This game's over.
You say that at like pre-20. What was it? The last game we cast together, you called that literally based on the first ban, and I'm not even joking.
Was I right?
You were, but shush. Let's try and keep the action alive, shall we? Here, we've still got huge potential for Radiant.
Razor has Ags. It's 19 minutes in.
That's a good but not unheard of and not unbeatable Ags time.
No, it's not.
Oh, Kazaku narrowly dodges Ice Path. Gonna die though. Gonna die. Cone Wolf gets the pick off. Cone Wolf's carry skills have dramatically improved over Christmas. Over the Christmas period.
Is about to explode in net worth. Over the next 5 minutes from now, let's look at his net worth. What's his net worth right now? It is 10,136. Let's check in at 25 minutes flat and see what his net worth is.
Well, I'll keep it up. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but yeah.
I'll get a Mantis style next.
There's certainly interesting things that's going on. I mean, let's not forget, apart from anything else, Broodmother. You can never entirely rule out Broodmother.
No, sure, yeah, you're correct.
I'm sorry, this is probably really old, but I just saw Psionic in the chat. Om nom 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 nom.
Sorry. Hungry. Been casting all day. No meals.
The hunger is real. If you were Tiny, would you be here on the bot lane?
Yes.
Because I can see some things that could happen round about now. There we go, the stun comes down. Oh, but immediate kill on Jakiro.
He doesn't care.
Flozo, run! Why are you still here? You crazy fool! What is the range with Ags?
So farmed.
Oh, but now we've got the CK ult. This is going to be a dead Tiny.
Good play from Haha. Held his feet. Knew he had a really good position. Unloaded really hard on that Tiny.
I think they could have got that as a 1-for-1, losing the Jakiro. Perhaps not even
Yeah.
that if Venge had been slightly quicker getting the stun off when they passed each other in the woods.
I think
but
if he hadn't gotten the stun off, then Chaos Knight probably would have died.
That second staff of wizardry on Invoker is actually he's going for an axe now.
Oh, he went staff first. Interesting.
I think he wanted the damage. That's my guess.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's the only real reason to do that is if you want the right click damage. I completely agree.
Brood possibly looking to
Yeah, looking at it,
to go for this Roshan.
it's gonna be tough.
It's going to be really tough. I'm not even sure she's... Oh no, she is. She's not on web. Yeah, those spiderlings are not on web. Those spiderlings are going to die. Gimli is going to die. Does not have web out underneath him right now, and that's when he needs it. Ray, if he can get the lift, he can. Going to throw back into meta. Back into another anchor smash. They pop Ravage for this. And the stolen spawn spiderlings from...
Does that give Ray spider?
Why did they have a gem? Why was Brood taking out a gem?
Wow.
I think it was way too early in the game to be risking carrying a gem around as a Brood Mother, because it will totally screw you up if they get it. And dewarding you can deal with by playing right.
I think he got annoyed that there were sentries everywhere.
Yeah,
He opted for
that must have been it.
And now they're gonna take Roche.
But he could have had what started on his Necro book, gone for an AC. There's lots of options open for a Brood Mother with 900 gold.
You head that way. It's gonna be close. Meta's low. There's no Ravage.
Meta's low and Ravage is down, so I mean meta's not too important anyway, really. Yeesh, you're right. I'm not sure that Midget is low. That's the scary one.
Here it comes.
Midget's now started taking DOT from the meatball.
Great destruct roll.
Disrupt roll is down. Gao going to be finished off, but that's going to be a dead Razor as well, I assume. How is his DOT not killing him? There we go. Cone Wolf with the extra damage after Reality Rift, finishing off Razor. And was that a... What the hell just happened to Cone Wolf? How did he... Full staff, right, okay. Thrown onto the Invoker, and that's a dead Howloon.
Nice.
So 2 for 3, and Uber Preezy looking for more.
They
Avalanche.
actually stole the ice path.
Avalanche is ready. No, Cone, don't turn around, you crazy fool. Goodbye,
Turn it
Cone.
off.
Goodbye.
Ray actually stole the ice path and set up the disruptor at the beginning of that fight.
Ooh, Gimli wants Uber Preezy. And he's just got to wait for the cooldown on spawn spiderlings, and he'll have
but
it.
he died.
But he doesn't want to. He should have just stayed in the trees. Play it like a ninja. Stay in the trees, track them, and then drop a nuke.
Titan probably want to go finish this Roche.
I was going to say, still got a fair bit of health, but certainly low. So much action.
He needs some attack speed. I would have gone for the AC instead of the Crystallis. I think that's a mistake.
Meta carrying the gem around, doing his own spot of dewarding, and that's actually just going to make it even harder for the Brood Mother.
Paloon spotted out at top lane. They can still see him. There's a sentry.
Yeah. Radiant can see Meta up top, farming that jungle camp.
Haloon's needs to back up because they're starting to rotate down to him. They know he's there.
I mean, very, very slow rotation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And walking so slowly with that one level in Wex. Really, really slowly. This is not your... This is not Dendi Invis. Kazaku taking a huge amount of damage. Invoker gets nicely out of the static field. And Kazaku going to pay for his temerity.
Temerity. Whoa.
Ah, that's right.
Back off, everybody.
English, motherfuckers. What do you do now as Radiant? Do you try and push just because the Disruptor's down for 30 seconds?
No, you farm.
You farm?
Your only hope is to beat him somehow late. Hope
Ow.
the Chaos Knight buffs are good.
Hope the...
Oh Lord Ice Frog.
Oh,
Hallowed
Lord.
be thy Chaos Knight buffs.
As Tiny with the Invis is hunting the Chaos Knight. Oh no, we might just be looking for farm. Nope. I think Flozo is going to be the target.
They see him.
They see him. Stun!
And then
There's
Dragon
another
Fury
sentry.
is so
They've
good.
got another stun as well. Howloon needs to start putting some damage on, friend. Need to start getting some, at least a cold snap. He's still
Where was the
invisible!
cold snap?
He's still invisible!
Oh my goodness.
He never
He's
did anything.
out.
No
I'm
hits.
He's out. He's just gonna farm. He's just gonna farm.
I'm just gonna...
I got this, guys.
Quas
We're
Wex.
still searching.
Quas...
Where was the cold snap? That was such a great cold snap opportunity.
Quas Wex. I know you don't have to be Quas Wex to use Cold Snap, but just in principle. Gimli goes down to Uber, Preezy, Meta, and
The cold
Kazaku.
snap. Where was the cold snap?
Where wasn't the Cold
Haluna
Snap?
actually did cold snap, but he cold snapped
Oh.
during the stun stack, and so it didn't. It wasn't.
Interesting.
Quick pause. Alright, well, the Dire are certainly ahead on the XP graph. Like, wow. Golds, similar. Again, kind of wow. And items. Anything interesting spotted out, guys?
Okay, it's past 25 minutes. Let's look at Tiny's net worth. What do we see?
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. You're probably going to gloat. 15k. Wow. David, he was
He's
right.
gained almost 1,000 gold a minute.
5k in 5 minutes.
Who'd have thunk
Just
it?
about 1,000 gold a minute.
Well, we've got another
Remember
4 stuff coming out
When
shortly
we
on
first
Gal.
started the
Maybe that'll turn it
we checked
round.
the timeline, he and KS Knight were like right next to each other. Now look how longer his line is compared to KS Knight's. This Tiny's out of control.
Well, I'm
CK's
looking at the
barely got a
items,
razor.
and it might be interesting to note that Tiny is level 18.
Yeah.
Gal is level 9.
Yeah.
Vengeful Spirit Flozo is level 8. And nobody
Yeah.
on the Radiant team is above level 14. It's
Yeah.
not looking strong.
This Tiny's out of control.
Okay, where's the Radiant Courier, and does it have a Demon Edge on it? No.
It's the Radiant Courier is on the way to invoke her in the jungle.
Yeah, fine. Okay, but just look at the item progression on Tiny. Woe beyond me to challenge Mr. Level 18, but when buying a Daedalus, I have heard it said that you should buy the Demon Edge before the Crystallis. I personally don't always do that, especially on Kunkka, but fine, just in terms of like damage outputs and stuff. But Crystallis and then Daedalus recipe.
He's gonna
And
go
then-
buy the Demon Edge right now.
Oh, he
When you
is.
have slots filled, I believe
He has enough.
It's more efficient to have the Demon Edge first because
does.
then it's not filling inventory slots.
He's just gonna send
Right.
the courier to the secret shop with the radius with the recipe, and then meet it there and finish the whole thing. Or just buy the Demon Edge on the courier right now and have him bring both the recipe and the Demon Edge to him.
Okay, fine. There's a reason. Okay, jeez.
Yep. Buy the Demon
Okay.
Edge.
Okay.
Somebody shots fired from you, Gubble.
Far be it beyond me to question Mr. Level 18. And a
Here it
big
comes.
dire push as we go on to
Oh, full
as we
Daedalus.
go on to the bot wave.
Dota still works, guys.
The zoning deafening blast meteor.
Mm-hmm. Meta just gonna tank this tower. He don't care. He's gonna gush Howloon. He don't even
No
care.
matter every hero is bristleback.
Every it's so true. Oh my god. Oh. Webs coming out from Broodmother. But now we see the Tiny really get to work on this tower. So much damage.
He needs
That
that.
Tiny.
He really needs that attack speed though.
He should have gone AC instead of the crit.
I'm
Can't
actually
crit
with you on that.
towers.
Really like the Tiny set though, and you don't see many of them.
Oh,
Ravage
big
popped by
hit,
Meta.
Ravage.
A little bit of
Kazu's
confusion.
No
getting very
TPs
low.
coming in though for Dire, that is. Radiant establishing their full might as Ray is caught out on the Macropire. And Uber Preezy caught out behind Radiant lines and finished off.
Bad
Metamorphosis.
Bad Ravage.
Tut.
The rest
Where?
of the team just could not get there in time.
I admit I wasn't actually looking up on the way the Dire were.
I mean, it was a good
Were
Ravage. He
deployed.
got 4, but his team was not ready.
He saw 4 heroes and got excited, but nobody had any way of initiating and coming
Yep.
after him.
Yeah, there was
It's just a
no.
matter of time.
There aren't any 4 staffs. I mean, your team has to be ready to run in, and they were still a long way off. He was in front of everybody.
Cone finally remembered about the Roche, which was almost killed like 10 minutes ago and then totally ignored for the rest of the game. And with Forge Spirits, I think they got this. That's a bit of minus
they
armor,
really
right?
needed this too.
Oh no, they've got Wave of Terror though. I
Tiny
thought
really
Forge
should have gone
Spirits
AC.
reduced armor, do they not anymore?
They do.
Well, I don't think they do on Roche.
Right, okay.
Yeah, some of the Forge Spirit minus armor okay interactions, I can't remember them all, but they're kind of weird.
It says it doesn't pierce spell immunity, so that might be it. They spot out
Yeah.
the Dire Advance though. Razor moving so fast now with Yules. I don't like Yules on Razor though. Not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't
super
think you
excited
need the
about
mana
this
regen. You
Playing it
should
like a
have
death
enough.
puppet.
If you need, I mean, he already has a bottle, so if you needed that move speed, you could build something like Yasha into Manta.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah.
If it was for the move
SNY
speed,
is
Yasha
good.
would be such a natural choice, yeah.
SNY is good on Razor too.
Yeah, not so sure about that, Yules.
The question is, what's Tiny gonna go next? He's not gonna have enough money for an item for a while now.
Oh, sorry, one moment, guys.
Really should have gone
I
next.
don't think so. Hey, sorry, I'm back.
Good.
Radiant here, moving up, looking at their mid lane, and they are running into Dire in the jungle here. Oh, for the Ravage! If only the Ravage. Static field is dropped to prevent the full escape. Giant midget getting right in the middle of things, but he really wants to pop his ult, and he can't in that disruptor ult. Cone Wolf getting possibly a little bit too far out. He's not going to be able to do damage in this fight anyway, and that is the reason for the Yules. Still not convinced, but that's the reason for the Yules. Cone Wolf is back. Aegis popped. Gonna try and go ham on this giant midget. Don't think he's gonna get it though. Breezy just walks up, and the fight is over. So 3 for 1.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Oh dear, as they say in France. And that last fight almost caught them up. Look at the graphs.
Dire's
They were
top
right back
tower
in
is
this.
under attack.
Even catching
It's
up to
probably
Mr. Midas
nothing to worry
Tiny.
about.
No, they're not
Dire's
gonna be
top
catching up with him for a
tower
long
is
time.
being attacked.
Jesus.
I'm not quite sure why Cone popped his ult in his first life,
Radiant's
because
middle
his
tower is under
his illusions were immediately cleared and he was killed, and then he had no escape when he came back alive.
It's one of those things. I do the same thing with BKBs. You know, you're so used to just, oh god, trouble, quickly pop
Yeah.
everything. Aegis gaming is different. When Dire are actually hunting for Brood, which is kind of amusing.
Broodmother's been very quiet over the last little bit.
Yeah.
She took T1 top and got a few kills, and then they're
Yeah, she's
and
kind of
then
fallen off after that.
And I mean, she could have been going for a kind of quite impressive team fighty build, but unfortunately with that whole buying the gem, losing it, she's bought another gem now and only just started on the Orchid Malevolence.
1800 gold,
Yeah.
disrupting whatever she was going to be going for.
I'm thinking probably the next item would just have been the straight Orchid, but after being delayed, wanted to get the drum to at least get some kind of...
Yeah, and it's not really a
increased pushing
great
power.
Orchid game. It's good against Tide. Yeah, I mean, it's okay, but not great.
I mean, the amp damage is significant, no?
I would have liked to see a Necro, or maybe
Yep.
even
Necro BOTs,
yeah,
I think
something
would
like
be
that.
the way to go, though. Yeah, you're right.
Cone Wolf actually...
I also think she should have not moved to mid. I think mid is not working for her.
Mid was a mistake, yeah. I think it was a good idea to rotate down to bottom just for that one wave
Yeah, but then
bot
should've
push,
gone
get the
right back
tower.
up.
Should have been straight back up to top. And, you know, it's a game where even if it's risky and you end up dying, if you're forcing massive rotations, it's worth
Yep.
if your carries are farming.
Yep.
And I don't know, maybe that wouldn't have worked against a Tiny. Tiny might be a good counter to that, because of course he naturally gets some cleave after a while. Big AoE. But that's how it should have gone, just in terms of, you know, what Broodmother should be doing, irrespective
Yeah.
of what the other team has to counter it. Pushing mid also wasn't an improvement on that. She's struggled plenty. Was this stacked, this ancient camp? I missed that.
I'm not sure.
Oh, and the switch, they want to go for Uber Preezy. They do get the Macropire down on him as well as everything else, and they're going to get him, I think. Unless he's got some magical invisibility magic, which he does not. The entire Radiant team looking very low, but it's 2 for 1. Flozo glimpsed backwards, not going to be able to finish off Kakazu. And Gimli's Yule saves him from the Ravage. Meta blows Ravage, does manage to finish off Broodmother with a gush of all things. And the gem! The gem! Both teams pinging it out. But it's Midget who gets it. And Brood just cannot hold on to a gem. Still, Brood for Tiny and Rubik. Definitely a good trade. Well, okay, Brood and a gem. Maybe not.
Yeah, that gem really matters.
I mean, it really matters to help them counter Brood. Honestly, I don't think it matters in the sense of Brood needing it. Roche spawning in 4 minutes 9 seconds. Oh no, that'll just be the minimum possible.
And then we'll see the real time. I don't like the rush timer, but that's a separate argument.
I think the casters should find out when he's going to spawn without having to wait for 8 minutes. But whatever. Pet peeve.
I think it should be between 8 and 12 minutes, not 8 and 11 minutes.
Just for symmetry and the beauty of maps?
Yeah. Yeah.
No?
And because
Fair
I think
enough.
it'd be a better timing.
Meta finishing off the Ancients. Going to be able to get a new spawn as well, finishing off just before the minute mark. And you see the change in webs as well. Look how defensive they are now if you look at the minimap. All on this side of the river. All on the Radiant side. Disruptor spotted out.
Yeah, he can't run into this vengeful.
Venge is there for the stun. CK is cutting off the escape. I think they should have a kill here on Kazaku, who does pop the ult. There's the stun, and pulled out of his own ult. Flozo desperately trying to heal and is going to be able to make it out alive.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
that's not
Dire. Oh, Midget brought hugely low. I'm assuming there by the Broodmother, who's now out. And see, the minute she goes back to top, things start going her way. Didn't get a kill, but forced big rotations. Forced one of the carries back to base. Made some space for Disruptor to be picked off. Will you stop taking the drama out of everything, Davide? It makes it an interesting game.
No, I actually think that the Radiant is holding their own. I think that there's been some key errors on the Dire side, some very unforced errors. And the Chaos Knight's starting to get a little bit of farm. Like, he's not as big as the Tiny, but he's definitely bigger than the Razor. And Tiny's lead is sort of isn't growing.
Yes.
I think they're okay,
And that's significant.
but they're gonna need to kill the Tiny.
like
They have to kill him.
15,000 to 10,000 is pretty big. 20,000 to 15,000 is still pretty big, but not as big.
Yeah, they gotta stop feeding these gems away. Like, they gotta just stop.
Tiny is a lot closer to hitting critical mass than CK is, so his
got a lot
lead
under to
is
go.
dwindling a bit, regardless of what the chart says. It's
Yeah.
CK still gaining items.
And I think fundamentally the Invoker outscales the Razor.
Yeah. Especially with the right-click build that he went, which
Yeah.
at this point... in the
Tiny
game,
going in on Invoker.
starting to
Tiny
get-
going in solo on 3.
Tiny.
Gets the switch. Flows are going to be finished off actually from the Shiva's Guard. I like Shiva's kills, they're funny. Gimli going ham on Prezi.
Tiny low.
Just dodges the ice path, gets a right click down on the tower.
Those
But is
things-
then finished off as Comewolf decides to pop the ult for that. Probably
That's a
not
big
needed.
kill.
There's the Ravage coming out from Meta, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It looks like it'll be enough to save Midget if he runs now. Meta's dead, and Midget is caught back in as well, finished off.
Oh, what
Only
a
the
fight.
supports left alive for this Dire team.
That is
Action packed.
Wow.
Oh, coming up a little bit.
That was what was the Tiny doing?
I don't know.
He just ran in.
There was a bit of dithering, and then there was a bit of... I think he thought he could kind of take on more people than he accurately could, and then halfway through the fight he was like, oh, I want to go get the last hit on that tower.
Just ran into 3. Just ran straight into 3.
Mistakes, sadly, were made.
Who has an HH? He got HH'd.
Oh, good question. Is it Brood? DK?
Oh, never mind. It was the deafening blast. Sorry, my mistake.
Oh yeah, Deafening Blast is great. I'm telling you, disarm is the new evasion. We were talking about this earlier, Grumble.
Well, significantly better, and of course, Tiny doesn't have BKB, Razor doesn't have BKB, no one has BKB. And I think that's... You know, people often say, you know, when you're getting a BKB, you're not getting a damage item, you're kind of admitting a little, you know, inability to avoid spells. But things like disarms, I don't know, when the other team have got a good disarm, I think you just need that BKB just for that, really.
Yeah, it's really true.
If you're Tiny.
Yeah. If you're a right-click carry, then you have to get a BKB against this. You don't have a choice.
CK heart, and with 22.7k gold.
I think that might be one of the things that decides this game, to be honest. It's whether the cleave from Tiny has enough damage to very quickly kill the CK illusions. Because they're pretty tanky, and they do a huge amount of damage. Like, without the illusions, CK has no chance. If they can catch him without the ults, I'm pretty sure that will be a dead CK. But if Cone can just keep building up these health and stat items, I think they might have a chance.
Broodmother's gonna walk into a dangerous position here.
Dire want the Roche, and it's not going to take them long to get it, so they don't even really care if Radiant spot them out here. The sentry is removed. Swap, not switch, says Scenarios. I apologize. Switch I think should be okay. Tornado goes down, Meatball goes down, Ice Path goes down, Deafening Blast goes down, Kazaku's dead, but Preezy doesn't care about all these silly spell things, just mad right clicks. And Cone forcing the rotations now. Roche aggroed on Preezy there for a bit and actually got a decent stun lock on him, enough for Cone to finish him off.
Great play from Haha.
The gem is picked up by Haha. And Midget is the target.
You want this Razor?
This though.
Oh, with the Centaur Stomp.
Damn you, Centaur.
What a Centaur Stomp.
That to me is why I'm thinking that maybe CK should go phase boots. Not in this game, I just mean generally, because there are times when you are trying to chase someone and you would get reality ripped.
CK's going in the pit, but they got Razor, Tyonner, and Rubik coming to help. Jakiro and Invoker need to go.
Oh wow, this is huge. He's caught, and Giant Midget is going to get a huge amount of right click here. Another Yules as well coming out from Meta. How much damage is this for Midget? 224. This is a dead Cone.
Should not have gone back without his team.
That
need
was,
either all go or all leave.
That was huge.
That was a bad place to be.
Yeah.
Should have just ran away. It was fine. Such a big win for them.
Have a look at your XP and your gold graphs. I appreciate the point made earlier that you know this Tiny is critical mass. There's not going to be much to be done to stop him regardless of farm, but Radiant are catching up. Here comes Invoker, drops another Tornado. Now, they did manage to get rid of the sentry down here, so he could Ghost Walk in and just try for a steal. Yeah, that's what he's going for. They're going to know, of course. Oh, wait, they're not? Wait, are they going to know? Yeah, they've got the footsteps. I thought maybe that didn't happen at a low enough level of Wex. Flozo gets finished off over in the back lines. Howloon lets it happen. Age is more important.
Oh, he wants it. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna do it.
He wants it. He wants it so much. And you see Giant Midget constantly putting out these plasma fields. Razor gets the Aegis and immediately dies. So good thing too. Gimli chasing down and gets glimpsed back into it where he wants to be to help his team. Preezy gets finished off Ice Path and then Tornado. The fight's now taking place far, far, far away as Giant Midget chases down Gal. Meta wants to come in and help. Oh, and the Yules! Howloon's here, but with no mana, not going to be able to help much. Forced to put BKB to get away. And that's, I think, the first BKB we've seen coming out this game. One more right click from this Razor, and that's a dead Howloon.
I don't know why Howloon turned around.
Yeah, I think he maybe thought he could help there somehow, but no mana. Like, I honestly think this was comeback material for Radiant. Right up until the point when the CK died in the Roche pit at the start of all this most recent fighting.
That was such a big mistake. So unnecessary.
Yeah, if the illusions could fight Roche, then yeah, sure. Whoa, massive throw on the Razor, who goes right into the Radiant lines, and it doesn't look like it was a mistake either, as Ravage is there to back it up. And they just need to finish off Gimli here. And Cone Wolf going on Uber Preezy, and he's going to kill him. He's going to kill him. That is why we like the CK. Huge damage. So many illusions. And they've certainly saved their racks here, at the very least. If not, bought themselves another chance at a comeback.
But Cone just didn't take any damage from that Ravage at all. He was stunned, but it's so hard to kill that CK, especially amongst all his illusions.
Absolutely. I mean, it's kind of the standard. it's a standard kind of thing, isn't it? You know, it's why right-click scale, but skill abilities generally don't. Ravage does huge damage at level, you know, when you're all level 6. Does no appreciable damage to a strength hard carry when you're level 25.
Cone with 5k gold. I wonder what he's going for here.
Please tell me he's going to sell that bloody bracer.
He's
Like-
gonna buy as many bracers as 5k.
I mean, what do you think you got? Like, another halberd wouldn't be bad. Oh, sorry, we know it was definitely blast last time, wasn't it? I think halberd could be good.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, halberd would be good for the evasion, and yeah, would do well against Tiny. I'm just trying to think what he could possibly build against that Tiny.
Oh, and huge farm for Midget on the mid lane as he does Plasma Field and the Shiva's Guard and just destroys so many spiderlings.
Razor
Oh,
with 6
God.
gold.
I think CK should go Scotty.
I can see the Scotty. Yeah,
I can too, yeah.
I can see it. I think that would definitely be an item on the list to get. Whether you go for the utility on the halberd first, maybe. I don't know. And again, just eating up these spiderlings. Gimli discovering that late game, pretty much everybody has some decent form of AoE.
I was just about to say that Cone should go back for some lifesteal, and as I look, he has a Dominator in his inventory or in his stash.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. He's probably not even going to bother picking that up until it's words.
So it looks like
Satanic.
he's gonna go for the
Added to a
Scotty.
reverb. Satanic thing.
Looks like he is probably going to go for the Scotty stacks with lifesteal.
Flozo switch leading to a huge fight on the mid lane. Kazaku's going to be finished off. The disarm has gone down on Tiny, so he's had to back out. Flozo finished off though. Nice pickup from Giant Midget. Going to make it support for support. So pretty even trades. And no big ults down. Oh no, the Razor ult's down. Minute cooldown. CK finds Tiny, gets the stun off, but a switch. Oh, a stolen switch from the Ray Rubik is possibly going to see him killed. No, he manages to get away. Meta coming in with the Ravage. Gimli knows he needs to get the hell out of dodge. Invoker there to provide some CC and massive AoE damage. But who is going to die first? Is it Comewolf or Uber Preezy? It's Uber Preezy. Comewolf still with more than 1,000 health is going to be able to back out of this quite comfortably. Meta and Giant Midget want to chase down Gal, and they're going to get him. Tornado catches one. So 3 for 2, but they managed to kill the Tiny. How do we weigh that?
I still think that's a win for Dire side.
Yeah.
I need 2
Overall.
for 3, and you kill off that. You kill off the brood. That's
I mean, Razor still is a carry. He's still something to be worried about.
Yeah.
I don't know. This Tiny's going for Satanic, and now it's going for Heart. Lack of attack speed really stands out to me here. I'm not so sure about this.
Razor has actually passed CK up in terms of net worth.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Radiant
And so
fortress
far
is
ahead of these
under
poor
attack.
supports. I would hate to be a support in this game. Other than
I believe-
Disruptor. Disruptor's always fun.
I believe that's a heart. Yep, on the courier for Razor. There it
Radiant's
is.
top tower is under siege.
Heart available for Tiny too.
Regeneration.
And a nice regen rune. I just wish someone would push high ground or throw a pie or something. I get the feeling both teams are a little bit hesitant about going forward.
Because we've seen the way that fights can swing so easily in this game.
Oh yeah, I absolutely understand the reason for the caution. But even tier 2s, when did we last have a tier 2 taken? It was a long time ago. And the problem is, I think both teams are putting it all in their carries. Neither of them are pushing to finish, neither of them are unhappy with just having space to farm. Neither of them are even hugely keen on like smoke ganks or anything.
It looks like Tiny has sold the Midas and is going for a Mjolnir right now.
Oh! Invis Tiny caught out by Ice Path. Don't see that all the time. Were these Mantra illusions? Yeah, I think
That's
so.
a dead.
Oh, and Jakiro finished off by the Shiva's Guard. That Shiva's Guard is doing work. But this is going to be uber preezy. Oh no, he got switched out. He's coming back in though. He's looking for the right clicks and the huge cleave. He finishes off Gimli. This is crazy. Cone Wolf finished off. And the Invoker buyback from Cone. But I don't think he can fight on 5.
He's the only buyback.
Only
buyback.
We should be seeing GG's come out pretty soon. Oh!
Does manage to finish off the Rubik. And get a little bit of distance on his way out. So, I mean,
Tiny's just destroying these racks. Look how fast each hit.
they're going to get the 1 racks and then I think immediately rotate to bottom. Yep, very, very quick.
Remember their buyback, but there's not a lot you can do either.
Nope. Seeing as the Dire have a gem, I believe. Yes.
Several, I think. But yeah, unfortunate. And Maelstrom coming out on the Tiny. So finally, your calls for attack speed were heard, Davide.
Yeah, they could have gone for megas, but there was
they would have had to
tier
take the
2
tier 2 top. And straight on 9 minutes for the Aegis. So about 50 seconds left.
Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Midget. Oh, I see. Just finishing off all 3 of the camps as well through using that plasma field. Roche scouted out by Invoker, but nothing to show yet. And 2 racks. This is the reason I suppose that everybody was so massively trying to avoid the prospect of a team fight, because when you lose one, one of these carries gets loose in your base, it's over very, very quickly.
Yep.
What do you do as captain of the Radiant now, Davide?
Dire's top tower has been denied.
I would smoke.
Just try for smoke ganks, buy yourself space for a quick push, which secures some.
Find like the Disruptor, the Razor, someone kill him.
Secure some racks.
Then win a fight and win some racks. Yeah.
Roche up. I certainly don't think it's GG yet. Like, it's close, but a team fight that goes the way of Radiant could see racks going the other way. It's unlikely, and it would need actual misplays from Dire, not just good play from Radiant. But they could get it. They definitely could. And the other big thing about a push like this is you get these the Dire wards are all just set up nicely in the Radiant jungle. Actually, could have been slightly better. They didn't leave one up on high ground, but
The Dire are smoked up, looking for something. Looks like Razor here, Disruptor in the jungle. They didn't really.
We've just had Radiant smoke up as well over on the mid lane. And they're looking for those pickoffs you were talking about. Cone Wolf, smoke revealed, runs into Ray. Drops a stun. Ice Path misses, but Reality Rift, I think, has taken him back into it. But there's a tide. Double Ravage. Even that does 0 damage to Cone, though, but Gal is suffering. Brought down by the Razor ulti. Gimli as well. Targeting these lowest heroes is just murdering this Radiant team. And Midget going to be happily alive at the end of all that. So Tide and Rubik down.
Yep.
GG called. And that's well played to these teams.
Well, a good game.
Whew. There was no coming back after that one. That would have been top. Final thoughts, guys.
Good game from both teams.
Yeah?
Uber did well. Very well.
Absolutely. I don't think he was the secret, hidden in the pocket magical strategy that won them the game.
No.
Because there was certainly a huge amount of counter to him in the CK. And just generally, Gal's team was being very, very effective. But a couple of big misplays, losing that Chaos Knight at the Aegis was huge.
I need a couple minutes. So Grumble, can you make a lobby and I'll join? You can start because I need. Okay.
I'll start putting things together for the next one. Alright guys, thanks anybody who's tuning in. Please do like, subscribe, whatever. And we will be back shortly with Game 7 of King of the Hill. And thanks as well to all my co-casters. It's been a pleasure, guys. Fingers crossed we all get drafted. Alright, switching over to the Be Right Back swing.